Hey guys, Tightrope here, bringing you a 1v1 today. We are on Crossroads Winter. This is a map I haven't seen for quite some time. One of players veto this one quite a bit. Anyway, playing for you guys, spawning down the bottom. This is PanzerGrenadierAngreifen. You probably know who he is. Prolific Axis player specifically. Had a look, and he's now got over 10,000 games as Ostheer. So yeah, real veteran, was top 10 for basically the whole time as Axis. Many years, and still remains there. Currently rank 2. And on the top side we have GiantDwarf as US Forces, gone for Airborne, and he is rank 4. Top of the table clash here today. It's a bit of an unusual build here from GiantDwarf, starting out with 2 rear echelon. Don't see that too often. They're a bit cheaper than some other units, but they're not like that much cheaper. Gotta make sure you're getting good value out of them.
We're all done over here.
Do not like how easy it is to build beacons. I feel like you should have to like stand there and construct it like you do in mines with engineer units. So here we go, GiantDwarf making his move. PGA does have 2 Grenadiers over here. Oh, looks like they're still shooting at the Pathfinder that's further away. I wonder if he's trying to get rid of the Pathfinder so he can get rid of the vision that's going to spot his machine gun. Ultimately, though, is to retreat with both his Grenadiers. MG arriving, though, forces back GiantDwarf. But both players with their fuel connected. Got some sandbags down guarding them.
Captain just took the battlefield.
GiantDwarf taking some extra time to plant some more wire here. And going into the captain, so 1 rifle, 1 Pathfinder. Doesn't have the strongest fighting force, but so far hasn't really got punished for it. PGA's been maybe a little bit inactive with this machine gun. His pyro's on one side, machine gun on the other, so he doesn't have his pyro spotting, which allows the machine gun to be a lot more useful. And PGA just sitting in his base waiting for his mid bunker to finish before sending these guys out, even though they're pretty high in health. It just shows how little pressure is being exerted by both players. Just kind of happy to camp at this stage. And so it probably plays in the favor of GiantDwarf, who had like a weaker fighting force in the early game. PGA being a little bit more passive himself, working in favor of GiantDwarf.
Half-track just arrived.
But look at this. Supervised the arrival of his A half-track, and this thing's hitting the field at 4 minutes 30. It's got to be one of the fastest A half-tracks I've ever seen. Just because, yeah, as I said, GiantDwarf very secure in his fuel control, very little harass. And this is a crazy fast one now. Didn't need his captain on the field to help with map control. So here we go, A half-track. Looking to do some damage before 5 minutes. And PGA on the early retreat. He does have his mid bunker up, so as long as he doesn't drop models, the damage not going to matter too much. Getting the pin off on the rear echelon over here. Staying in there for a while there. Pin bonuses are going to wear off soon. They're going to start dying really fast. PGA's got his 222 in the build. Usually it's the other way around. Usually the 222 arrives maybe 30 seconds before the A half-track, but not today. PGA kind of delaying his 222, trying to get that mid bunker up earlier. And with the supervised kicking in as well. super fast A half-track. Looks like he's going to queue up double 222s. Interesting. No pack. Can be successful. But it's definitely a high-risk strategy for PGA. Double 222s can also die pretty easily, and obviously the US player can also build a T-guns to counter them, and USA T-gun is pretty damn good against 222 because it's got the wide arc. Makes it hard to avoid getting hit by it with the mobility the 222 has. We did see a cutoff as well as a wire off on the heavy cover that's there, so GiantDwarf being pesky. PGA returns the favor with the cutoff, but obviously Grenadiers can't construct wire. MG's watching over this area, but the A half-track's already backing away. Double 222s reveal themselves. And the A half-track's like, okay, well, maybe I don't really want to fight this one directly until my AT gun's here. It's still rolling onto the field. A little bit surprised he's coming across here. PGA respects it though. I thought he'd come over to this side, clear off the machine gun, while he knew the 222's positioning on the other side, and then maybe bait the 222 to rotate over here when his AT gun was coming out of this spawn and do some damage. But both players just very tentative. Haven't seen a lot of action. I think that's a good play from GiantDwarf, getting a couple of light AT mines down. Can really cause trouble to the 222s. Oh, speaking of, hits one here, was it? Maybe over here. Here comes the AT gun now. PGA spotted it. Takes one shot out the back. That's from the vision from the garrison. Just force away the machine gun now. Yeah, look at these like KDs. This is almost nothing for this stage in the match. So little bleed for both players, which is unusual. And sometimes when you have this little bleed, it can kind of cause problems with your build order. Like, sometimes, you know, maybe one player's build can make use of that extra manpower from having less bleed better than the other player's build order. Cause problems. Goes into handbrake mode there, trying to maximize the damage. Does pay to use the manual reload on the A half track so you can come in ready to shoot into these engagements. So if you shoot like one shot and then have to go through its long reload cycle, that can get you in some big trouble against the 222. You know, usually I'm not a big manual reload user, but I think on this vehicle it's probably the most important, followed by maybe the flak Panzer. And I personally just about never used it on machine guns. Bit of a close call. 222 survives, ducks behind a stack of logs. And the pack is quite far up the field, not in a good position to deal with the A half track. It's found by the Pathfinders here. GiantDwarf opting for 2 machine guns, kind of similar to what we saw from him the other day. He went for 3 machine guns in that cast. Oh. Took a hit there. Went for an attack round, hoping to get lucky. But yeah, you can see PGA, maybe he's in that zone where he's a bit unsure of what to do with his manpower. He's got 600 floating at the moment. Probably should invest into another Grenadier. Or, I mean, if he's aware of the double machine guns, I don't know if he's spotted both of them yet. Probably a mortar would be a good choice as well. But overall, both players pretty secure in their fuel control. I don't think PGA desperately needs a second AT gun. I don't think he's going to be that far behind on medium tank timings. Oh boy, bit of a misclick there from PGA. Sloppy loss on his 222.
Resupply is now available.
Drove forward, like further into the AT gun. Wonder if he just had the wrong hotkey or something, wrong control group. This is a spot where a grenade onto the door could be pretty nasty. And he's probably got the range to do it, even though he's suppressed as well. Then comes some paratroopers from GiantDwarf. Okay, PGA's going to go for 2 Grenadiers. Yeah, he should have made the choice to build at least one of those quite a long time ago now. I think now he's aware of the 2... Yeah, he sees the second machine gun, so he's like, okay, no, I'm going to cancel the 5th Grenadier and going to go for a mortar, so I think he's making the right choices. So far, though, the AT gun positioning of PGA has not been working out too well. Can he get the second shot off? Oh... That's the problem with the 222. Does die super fast to the A half track if it's fully stocked, set up, and blasting away like that. So the double 222 gambit of PGA did not work at all. Did just about nothing with them.
They got us zeroed in here. We're taking over here.
A capture point is under attack.
So GiantDwarf in a really nice position. A pretty big population lead, and you know, with the most recent cutoffs, would expect him to hit his medium tanks or medium vehicles. Might not be going for a Sherman, might be going for some Scots first. Hitting them much earlier than PGA now, because obviously PGA went for a second 222. That's a little bit of extra fuel delay, and he's maybe struggling a little bit more on map control now with his decision to go for a late use of his manpower. Using his light vehicles.
Capture point is being overrun. Ready!
Contact! Entry 42!
Oh, building super low here. Oh, it seems like the mortar barrage is just timed out. Oh no. One more shell in that mortar barrage. That would have got flattened in the building, but didn't line up that way. A little bit later on the grenade as well from PGA. GiantDwarf clearing some space over here. Gonna go for yet another cutoff.
Tank support is here. Sherman ready.
Okay, so GiantDwarf does decide to go for the Sherman first. PGA's got his tech just about down. He can start his Panzer IV pretty soon. But he may need a second AT gun now. He's still got the manpower to build it. Even though he's gone for a 4th Grenadier and a mortar, still got the manpower for a second pack at this stage. Just shows how little bleed both these players have been taking so far. It's really low amounts on the KD. You can see, especially PGA, I don't think he was that far ahead on the KD, but somehow he is. Only losing 13 models? Like, that is crazy low. And you see those kind of KDs, like, in half the time. Cover working nicely there for the Grenadiers. So far, though, I haven't been very impressed with PGA's AT gun positioning. It kind of seems like he's moving his AT gun to place this reactively, not having it there ready, expecting the rotation of the A half track or the Sherman. So he's not been getting a huge amount of damage done with these AT guns.
Crowds are taking one of our points.
Although at this stage, GiantDwarf is actually behind on the VPs. Probably done better on resource control. control when it comes to territory, but not on victory points. Oh, wow. Right from there, went deeper than I was expecting. Sherman on high explosive at the moment. Poe's getting wiped by the captain while this is happening, though. PGA a little bit distracted. Sherman swapped over to AP and lands a nice shot through the shrubbery. PGA returning the favor. The hard track continues to be a problem for PGA. PGA's decided to go for German Mechanized. Guessing he's going to be getting spotting scopes. He's upgrading them now.
We're losing a capture point.
Making use of the crit repair as well. Try to get this Panzer IV healthy as quickly as possible. GiantDwarf encroaching again onto the resources. Does seem to be focused more on going for cut-offs than VPs though, GiantDwarf. Oh wow, was that an attack route? Maybe not. Good hits there, and then the Panzer IV is going to be out of action again. Still got cooldown on this. Another 15 seconds.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points. Button her up. Big push coming.
Sherman's ready to go.
Is now accessible.
Promotions in! Target secure.
Oh wow, that's an ugly loss for GiantDwarf. Did he got AFK or something? His Sherman was like not moving for so long and he didn't retreat his Harris. I felt like he might have gone AFK for a few seconds there. He's back in action now. Bit of a backfire on his light AT mine though.
Tank ready. Coming up on the flank. We're taking effective fire.
Squad is back to full strength.
Mortar seems to be doing well though. Vet 2, only 3 kills, but must be doing a lot of health damage. Largely only been using it for high explosive. I don't think I've seen the mortar smoke a single time so far. But that maybe could be something he should be doing before pushing into the middle like this. Maybe not those. Goes AT gun there. This time ready to shoot. But Scott is also ready to shoot. It's a couple decent hits. Pathfinders there provide some long range vision. Only one shot. Okay, that's a solid hit from the Sherman. We are coming into the stage of the game where PGA could probably have like a second medium tank. So playing quite deep with the Sherman on high explosive is quite risky because against a single Panzer IV, sure the Sherman can probably just get out of trouble. But if there was a second one over there, that would be a big problem. And we can see that the second Panzer IV has only just started now, but I don't think GiantDwarf would have a good enough read on PGA's resources to be able to confidently say that. So is we're thinking about not chasing in too deep while you're still on high explosive, or maybe making greater use
75mm gun carrier ready.
of just staying on armor piercing.
A capture point.
Get ready.
Round complete. Breach clear.
Second Scott though for GiantDwarf. I'd say this is pretty much the biggest edge he's going to have over PGA, kind of at this timing, based on how the game's been playing out. PGA actually cancelled his second Panzer IV and he's going to go for the tech up. I mean, definitely Giant Dwarf is not exerting that much triple cap pressure. And it is Crossroads, even though it's Crossroads Winter, still pretty hard to get the triple cap going on this map. So that gives PGA a lot of time. Despite it being quite far behind on overall army strength. You see some bazookas equipped onto the riflemen. And this time PGA does have his packs in the right place at the start of the fight. Same story for Giant Dwarf though, looking for some attack rounds. Narrowly missing both of them. He's popping AP rounds here. I don't know, like... I don't think I would have bothered. I think I'll be trying to conserve munitions, save up for a P-47. Oh, that was a big hit. I think those might have been attack rounds from Giant Dwarf and they nearly got the squad right. That was a good attempt. But I think, like, you know, popping AP to use attack rounds when, you know, it's only a Panzer IV, you're still pretty likely to pin with the USAT gun. Not that heavily armored. We wouldn't bother with it. Direct attacks, you know, you got a high chance of landing. Okay, maybe that makes it a little bit more worthwhile. And certainly if you're trying to land the kill shot, if the next shot is going to be lethal, or maybe the next two shots going to result in a kill, definitely worth it then. But on that occasion, I don't think I would have bothered. So PGA taking some time here to clear off the tree line. I mean, he's got spotting scopes, so that it's good for his vision, but Giant Dwarf also has pathfinders. So I don't know if that's really that good for PGA. Clearing off the trees like this. But Giant Dwarf seems very content to just like camp it out. Not really get aggressive with his lead. Try and force PGA to attack him. Use army to try to close the gap with these bazooka REs. Indeed, not a lot of success here for PGA. This push over here getting shut down. But here we go, here's maybe an opportunity. The Log's doing a good job keeping that Sherman safe. It's allowing Giant Dwarf to get a bit closer with his bazookas. The Scots laying some great hits on the double packs. I think that was on high explosive. He pinned a shot there, getting a bit lucky. AT gun backing out, though. I think Giant Dwarf could have stayed in there with the AT gun for another shot, but he's playing it safe and he's getting out. Okay, here comes the Panther. There's a lot of bazookas though. Panther has to respect them. Coming back in, the bazookas maybe fell back a little bit too far. Looking to re-engage now. PGA though, he's got the spotting scopes. He stops for long enough to get some vision, see what's coming. Gets his machine gun set up to shut them down. And they're making some action happen with the Panzer IV on the other side, away from all the anti-tank. PGA is starting to get some stuff going here, and he's found an opportunity. The bazookas had retreated. Finds an opportunity to zoom up and knock out a Scot. Smart play there from PGA. Good timing for that to happen as well, just before the Jackson arrives. Excellent time to knock out a Scot. It's always tough for US forces, you know, you don't have the full strength mines. Makes it tough to punish the Panther for doing a move like that. If you can't reliably give it engine damage. Okay, there's the Jackson. Jackson getting a little bit too close to the action here, and the rifleman getting wiped by the LMG green blob coming around the corner. Panther's blitzing in. Panther misses the kill shot though. Shin's still on high explosive. I think Giant Dwarf getting a little bit overwhelmed with what he has to do here. Luckily though, Jackson does get away. Could have gone even worse for him, but still very, very bad. The last couple of engagements for Giant Dwarf. Scott down, Rifleman down. Has very little show to show for what he did. Going back the other way. Let's have a look at the KD. It doesn't seem to have stretched by too much, honestly. A bit of trouble suppressing their grenadiers so that machine gun goes down there. There's a few craters around now that maybe causes some trouble. This is going for a whiff into the base. Ammo's in a slightly unconventional spot, so it doesn't actually hit anything. He's further away. Usually ammo's like here, but he's put it on this side so it can heal through the trees.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
So that will hit absolutely nothing. But yeah, now Giant Dwarf's one behind. You can see PGA's actually at 102 population after picking up that machine gun. Giant Dwarf at 85. He was over 100 before. So how quickly things can turn around, and that's the problem when you don't try and play a bit more aggressively while you have like the 15 population lead. This is a crazy move from PGA though. Just drove over here and found the A half track. Don't know how he had the read. It would still be here, but pays off. Kills it for free. The Jackson nowhere near to return fire. It's mobilizing now, but couple of bazookas landing. Still, the A half track was doing really good. That's a much more reliable suppression platform than the 50 cals because more mobile. Decent couple of bazookas, but one of them getting dropped. No pyres nearby to pick it up. E4's blitzing, but the AT gun's in a great spot. This could be a dead Panzer IV. Jackson getting distracted, shooting at the Panther. E4 gets away though. So Giant Dwarf committed to an attack round and it was way off the mark. Cal pretty defensively positioned here. Okay, Schumann has a wipe opportunity on this Grenadier.
The capture point is under attack.
He put it onto focused vehicles. He's going for the Werfer kill, I think. PGA hasn't noticed this, even though he had vision the whole time. Here he goes. Too late. Didn't notice the Sherman swapping its target over to the Werfer. Nicely done by Giant Dwarf. Saw the opportunity and seized it. And both of PGA's tanks maybe down here, yeah, using vehicle repairs. so they were unable to join in on the fun. But looks like the Werfer killed the Pathfinders back here, so to get a nice kill just before it went down.
We're back to full strength.
Oh, I guess it's like, how did he know where that was? But I guess it was the beacon. Pathfinders are dead now, so GiantDwarf doesn't have that long-range spotting anymore. Major's being used as a forward retreat as well. Not as a vision tool. It's not vetted up to get the bonus vision yet anyway.
Light gun carrier tank ready. A capture point is being overrun.
Okay, another 50 cal getting power dropped in. And second Scott's joining in.
The enemy is overrunning.
GiantDwarf trying to, you know, get this as his composition. He's invested more heavily into infantry-based anti-tank so he can afford the second Scott as well as the HE Sherman.
Rounds complete. Breach clear.
Can often be hard though if your infantry just never win any fights anywhere. Can make positioning your units tougher to do. Be careful about coming around a corner like this. Really clumped up. You see GiantDwarf easy. Knows the white risk. He's trying to avoid it. Force blitzing away. Jackson missing his fadeaway shot. The dog pack setting up. Only one of them connects though, but the Panther blitzes around the corner and finishes this job on the Jackson. I'd say that's maybe a little bit unlucky for GiantDwarf. Really good pack positioning this time from PGA.
We're losing a capture point.
Stand by order.
Use these Scots to continue to apply a lot of bleed.
Our supply line just got cut off.
I guess GiantDwarf going to be another Jackson next, but he's still quite a lot of resources away from that. His map control is actually pretty small. He's lost control of his fuel for a very long time here. Tries to go for the attack round there through the building. PGA doesn't make it through. Doesn't manage to destroy that 50 cal that got stolen either. GiantDwarf bleeding a lot, feels like, again.
Incoming mortars! Okay, on your feet, ladies.
A beacon or maybe a crawler, I'm not sure. Okay. Catches the machine gun just as it was setting up. Double Scott barrage on it. Results in the kill. I think it's the beacon again. These beacons are just so good, the intel you get from them. Considering they cost nothing. It's unbelievable. Well, cost no manpower. I suppose they cost a little bit of build time. So I think this is a good idea from GiantDwarf. He leaves the riflemen with the bazookas close to the middle because they're the biggest deterrent to a tank dive. They've got the bazookas and they've got the snare that can cause engine damage. Oh, set up just outside the capture circle. Whoops. Rebuild on the Werf for PGA. Can't quite fit into his comp though. Maybe recrewing that 50 cal again might have been a mistake. He's purposefully not reinforcing his Grenadiers to try and squeeze it in. Alright. Big move around the corner from this Grenadier, but Sherman shuts that down. A lot of bazookas here though. Looks like these guys haven't collected their second bazooka after dropping that one over here earlier.
A capture point is under attack.
Didn't manage to connect the fuel though for GiantDwarf, so yeah, it's just trickling in for him.
Supply line just got cut off.
The Werfer, well targeted, right on top of the machine gun, but only one model going down. Ducks behind the building. Also at this stage as well, GiantDwarf not going to get much value for going for this cutoff because PGA's got so much fuel floating now, so even though harassing this would probably be quite easy for him, there's just so little value in doing it. GiantDwarf just about there for the next Jackson. I think that's when he's finally going to start making some moves again. I will say though that PGA during this window hasn't actually been up to much. It's coming in for a bit of a base inspection. Bazooka's doing some okay hits to the Panzer IV. It's backing away with the Blitz. Okay, gets a snare off on the Panther. P-47's going to come through for some passes. Pat's getting quite aggressive. Sherman's coming in. Going hunting for the Panther. The rockets. Quite a lot of the ones coming from this direction getting shielded by the logs. But the Jackson and the Sherman disengage. The Panther's going to survive. Oh boy. Miss Micro on his re-echelon and they get wiped. Ouch.
They got wiped out.
GiantDwarf so scared about the pack rotation, got out of there early. Even though both these tanks were very low. Looking a bit healthier now that they've used crit repair. PGA lost both his machine guns there, that's something. And GiantDwarf's still pretty close to another rocket loiter, so even though he just spent one, the next one's just around the corner. So it's not a huge problem for him.
Incoming! Grab dirt! Go ahead.
Scott smoke out. Here comes the Werfer. Cut off MG. Not a very good one again though. Pack's in a good spot there. Is that a Faust for the kill? Ah! That Faust range bulletin strikes again. Goes right on the edge of max range with that one. Definitely the best bulletin for Wehrmacht. MG Grenadiers come around the corner. Sherman was initially going to come around this way, but he's worried maybe about taking double Fausts. So let's go around the safer direction. GiantDwarf getting overwhelmed right now. Under all sorts of pressure. Jackson finally landing some hits there.
losing a capture point.
But PGA creeping up the map. Closing Giant Dwarf off a lot.
One of our fighting positions is sustaining fire.
Okay, here comes the Sherman and the Jackson. I think they want to go for the Werfer again. It's way in the corner though. I'm not going to find it. Connecting. So is the Jackson. It's like, okay, yeah. You called my bluff. I'm running away now. Seems like PGA now does have a better idea of where the major is and where the troops are likely to be. But Giant Dwarf dodging that one very nicely. PGA still behind on the VPs though. He's got a huge manpower reserve. So even if he loses something, you know, he can build like another 2 Panthers. Would of course be a shame to lose the veterancy, but losing the unit, not a big problem. Build anything he wants. Could be a spot for PGA to maybe consider chucking down like a mid-command bunker back here even. Up with his map control.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Definitely worth considering when you're in these kind of scenarios. Especially when it's just like a real tug of war over the middle. Front lines are very stable, so you're not worrying about the bunker getting killed.
Our supply line's cut. Germans are making a push.
Oh, Reshon getting wiped. Bounces that shot as well. A little bit unlucky. Double bounce. Does have the armored skirts, so it's of course more likely to bounce nowadays. Giant Dwarf taking a bit of risk, doing a base inspection. Easily could be a telemine on that entrance. Speaking of, I think I would like to put a couple light AT mines on that entrance after the Panzer IV came up a while back. The Werfer did a decent amount of damage there, but again, it's getting so few kills per barrage. It's keeping Giant Dwarf in the game. Getting a bit lucky in that regard.
Under fire. Recruits are on the line. The capture point is being overrun.
Oh, there we go. Scott floats a good shot over the building and decrews one of the packs. That's big.
Rounds complete. Hold fire.
Panther, here it comes now. Hoping to get a squad wipe, doesn't quite happen. Pack getting recruited by the Pioneers.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Oh. Trying its best here to get the wipes. Panther's blitzing in after the Sherman. Jackson is nearby though. Not nearby enough to actually get a shot off, however. PGA got some reinforcing to do.
Rounds complete. Breach clear.
You can still squeeze in one more unit.
You might look through this. Okay, kid?
Maybe just a Pioneer though. Once everything's fully reinforced.
Stick with me and you might just square away your station.
Okay, here comes the Scott.
We're losing a capture point.
Didn't quite get in there for a snare, but Panther still takes a big dose of damage.
Okay, ready yourself. Promotion just came in.
I'm definitely surprised the PGA hasn't managed to turn this into more VP control. Really struggling with this control on the middle.
Capture point is being overrun.
I suppose maybe it's just because the Werfer barrages just aren't quite getting the job done. Okay, there we go. Blitzes in with the Panzer IV, knocks out one of the Scots.
Destroyed our self-propelled artillery.
And then there's a bunch of smoke here, a lot of confusion. Panzer IV's going to get away.
Field promotion.
However, oh, it does get away. I thought the rockets might take it down, but again, the terrain shielding a lot of the damage. Oh, spoke too soon. What the hell, man? When did that lock on for an attack pass? That guy was out of the circle for so long. I thought he got out in time before the second pass came through, but no. Second plane came through. Okay, I think that's a little bit unlucky for PGA. Don't think his Panzer IV deserved to die there.
We're losing a capture point.
Bringing up 3 Panzer IVs now. I mean, it's not that bad of a trade for me. Knocked out a Scot. Just about got away with it. Okay, change of tactics here. GiantDwarf coming off forward retreat mode. Nice the LMG green blob. The Major is bringing it into action.
A capture point is under attack.
Point secure. They're coming up on the flank. Ready. Stand by.
Round complete. Breach clear.
PGA creeping in with his double packs, but the Major's going to see them coming. Interesting, I didn't realize the machine gun could still shoot while vehicle crew repairs was happening. Thought he might pop off a Faust before retreating there. He's got plenty of munitions for it.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Okay, double Panzer IVs. Hasn't upgraded them with the machine guns yet, though. I think you'd want to do that before making a move.
Gun carrier ready.
So you might need to decro an AT gun, and definitely the machine gun's going to help do that a lot faster. Feels like PGA maybe just trying to hold these in reserve, and he's going to make a big all-in. Problem for that, though, is that the P-47s are ready to go. So I imagine the first all-in's probably going to get shut down by them.
A capture point is being overrun.
It's got the Major at the front doing the spotting. Now it's the machine guns. Yeah, full potential long range.
Just got cut off. Crowds are taking one of our points.
Here comes the Panther. Kill this beacon, that would actually matter. That's been providing some really good intel to PGA. Here comes the Werfer. 250 cals right here. I imagine they're the target. Force from the side, Panther down the middle. Looks like a lot of shots aimed at the Jackson, but most of them are missing. PGA's going in though, that Jackson in some trouble. Here come the rockets though.
One of our fighting positions is
Jackson's still alive somehow, but there it goes. But Panther's in some desperate trouble itself here. Here goes the Sherman. Hard to imagine the Panther surviving this. Oh, bounces the AT. AT's already used its Sabot rounds. The rocket's cleaning up. I mean, I don't know, like, I suppose PGA, he's in a better position to make those kind of trades because he's got so many resources in reserve. He can rebuild better, but Sherman and Jackson for a Panzer IV and a Panther, especially like a Vet 3 Panther, I'm pretty sure. I don't know how worthwhile that was, but as I said, maybe he's in the better position to bounce back from this, so it makes it better for him overall. But PGA's still draining out on the VPs. He's under pressure here. This is one thing the captain's really good at with his out-of-combat sprint. Where you go to just charging over to the far VP and capturing it. It's causing PGA some troubles. His pack's back at base healing. Again, no machine gun upgrade on the Panzer IV. I don't know why he's forgotten to do that. PJ continuing to get pretty damn unlucky with these Werfers.
The enemy is taking our territory.
I think the vehicle crew died over here, but because this is where the vehicle got decrewed, that's where it shows up. That was the AA half-track's crew, was it? No, the AA half-track died over here. Maybe swap the AA half-track's crew into a different vehicle here, and maybe it was like a Scott. Does eventually go down though. Did get quite a lot of capture value out of it, however. Now PGA finally taking control of the map. While GiantDwarf has to rebuild. Try and shoot at the mines, cause them to explode. Back up to double Scots now for GiantDwarf. 53 minutes into this one now, a real marathon match. Definitely can feel things starting to move a bit more slowly for these players. But you can see, I don't think like at any stage in this match that either player was really going like all out high action. Pretty conservative gameplay throughout the entire match. He's trying a low angle barrage this time round. A little bit better results this time. In fact, much better results this time. I think that was 6 kills. It's the decrew on the AT gun, clearing the vet off that. Always a good thing. Close call on the Major.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
The Pyre saw the machine gun, so he gave up on planting S-mines while capturing. Oh, big hit from the Panzer IV. Doesn't even have spotting scopes on that. On the sides, machine guns uncomfortable. They're going to move around a lot. GiantDwarf under so much pressure right now. So he's going to lose one of his machine guns here. Ooh, and it got completely destroyed this time around as well. No decrew. So you've managed to repair it. PGA, this triple cap happening for quite a while. Still about 100 VPs behind though. I'm just shocked he hasn't killed this beacon. I really don't understand it. The Werfer kind of aimed at the vehicles, did a little bit of damage. I thought the Panzer IVs might be a little bit more active during this. Largely fighting with infantry at the moment, PGA. GiantDwarf is now quite a long way away from P-47s. Doesn't have this Muni connected. This one's in enemy hands, so it's a long way off. Okay, here we go. Panzer IV in some trouble. Blitzing. Goes down. I think maybe he had vision from the Major there. So PGA trying to do the right things, trying to blitz, and I'm pretty sure he put her on to hold fire. Try to disappear into the fog as quickly as possible, but not quickly enough as it turns out. Just about got the counter kill though with the packs. But didn't dodge after the packs, landed their shots. And here comes the Scott fire. And I guess a D crew could actually get the kill on this. Yep, weapon down. And PGA's bank has been eliminated now. No more resources in reserve. Still probably has the larger army than GiantDwarf though. But yeah, he's just been sitting idle with these Panzer IVs doing absolutely nothing.
Panzer IV is ready for battle.
It's giving GiantDwarf a bit more freedom. Maybe he's going to make a push after this Werfer barrage. Yep, there it goes. I really do not understand why he's not upgrading these with machine guns though. Maybe because it'll cause them to disappear into the fog more easily instead of shooting at the loiter planes. I do think he's missing out on quite a lot of anti-infantry potential by not upgrading, and he's got so much munitions. Looks like he's considering maybe going for another base inspection over here. I really do not understand why he hasn't killed this beacon though. Like, baffles me. There's a 4 coming out here by itself. Just about got in some major trouble. He's lucky. There's a little bit of sight blocking there. Panzer IV's trying to hide behind the blocker. Lock down the mid VP. And now PGA takes the lead again. GiantDwarf going to need the Scots to start popping off here if he wants to make a comeback. He needs to apply a lot of bleed to these Grenadiers.
The capture point is under attack.
Comes the Werfer against Vet 2 now, so it's firing a bit more often. It's cooldown buffs. And now it's striking a lot harder than it was for the first 15 minutes it was on the field. Getting the squad wipe. British also going down over here. So things are not going well for GiantDwarf. He manages to scrape together enough manpower though to get himself out of Sherman. Still a long way off another P-47 though, which I feel like he probably needs if he wants to beat this many Panzer IVs. Jackson getting again a little bit too close.
Like a stuffed pig. We're down to 50. Airborne on the ground.
Trying to make a move down here, but gets found.
Change of plan. Sherman, taking fire. Tank ready.
GiantDwarf able to stop the clock here. 43 points remaining. As if we're getting tempted in. Jackson doesn't know which way to play. Spotting scopes definitely giving PGA a bit of extra intel. making it safer for him to be in these forward positions sometimes. PJ coming in for another base inspection. Oh, GiantDwarf not watching his captain. This could be a squad wipe. GiantDwarf feeling emboldened to make an attack because he knows that 2 Panzer IVs are on the other side, but the pack's in the middle. Shouldn't be hit with a target weak point, but decrease the other pack. Here come the Panzer IVs now. Pyro getting wiped behind the shrubbery. Couple of bazookas connecting as well. Taking a big risk leaving the major in, but it seems to be working, and PJ chooses this as his time to go. Oh, this is a really bad exit path for the Panzer IV. He's trying to turn around, swap directions. Oh, he's lucky. Bounce. That could have been the kill shot. Ugly fight for PGA. And he's got so much repairs he needs now, and he's got 0 pioneers to do it with. Does have crew repairs, but... Oh, well, Scott got in here aggressively. There goes the Scott. I think the Jackson may be pulling back a little bit too far for repairs. Not able to quickly re-engage. Going for some cheeky attack rounds. You can see GiantDwarf really wants to decrew this pack again. Jackson lands the first shot. That could be the end of the Panzer IV, but the Jackson's too scared to go for the chase. Hoping to get lucky with an attack round. GiantDwarf in control of the VP. Pack did get away. PJ a little bit slow getting it into base for reinforcements. He's really hurting for repairs, PGA.
Good job securing that area. Back to full strength. Ready for action.
Okay, 3 Panzer IVs. They're all pretty healthy. Staged on this right-hand side. Sees these guys coming thanks to the spotting scopes. Jackson and AT gun are both here though as well. Seems like PGA may be losing some patience. Okay, he's going in. This one's on hold fire though by accident. This is going horribly wrong for PGA at this stage, but he's behind the building. Jackson's out of the picture, and now the AT gun's in a bit of trouble. Comes the Werfer into the middle as well, it sounds like. Watch the machine gun. The AT gun goes down. Oh, there's a bunker back here guarding this VP as well, so the paratrooper's unable to do anything. So overall, it's kind of fine for PGA, except he's left this Panzer IV in here. Jackson's right there. I'm surprised he didn't manage to get a shot off. I thought he might got vision from the retreating paras, but apparently not. Ugly start to that fight for PGA, like real panic stuff. You can see, you know, that Panzer IV still on hold fire. But all things considered, it could have gone a lot worse for him. And Werfer, good job now, finally. 24 kills. No more machine guns for GiantDwarf. He's back in control of 2 VPs though. Massive munitions bank coming in clutch. She's able to crit repair without a care. Really helping him out when he's at a low pyro count like this. Where's the second Faust?
Field promotion.
Here come the Panzer IVs.
The enemy is
Okay, there goes the second Faust. Shim's out of the picture. Panzer IVs not landing clean on the Jackson there. I think it's going to take one extra shot to go down. Does eventually mop it up though. Looking for the captain kill next. Missing all the shots, and as I said, doesn't have the machine gun upgrades. It's where they probably would have got the job done. Okay, Pack's over here. How'd the Scott go down? Is that to the
destroyed our self-propelled
Faust?
artillery.
Sherman's in big trouble.
Target destroyed. Ship fire.
The Paras are going to have to get out of here though.
Drop complete. Everyone here?
GiantDwarf determined to stay in. He's getting the cap going over here, but maybe not for too long. It's worthed. He's going to push up with the pack to do the capture.
Got a report of an infantry unit
Goes for a
being
grenade, hoping to get the kill. Dying breath. Okay, brings in the vehicle crew to try and capture. Got out all the stops, but it's not going to be enough. PGA had too much, and he's used the vehicle crit repair over here, brought this back up to a healthy total again. And that'll be the game.
Enemies are swarming one of our emplacements. Airborne on the ground.
Still trying his darndest to win this, but maybe if there were like 5 VPs left,
Report of an infantry
something
unit being
like that could
wiped
happen,
out.
but with about 30, it's not going to happen. And PGA takes the win. So yeah, pretty slow early game. Like both players just kind of happy to camp on their side, not get up to much. I think it did play in the favor of GiantDwarf though, starting out with the double REs. Had less combat potential early on. So PGA didn't really get to punish him for it, and that allowed for that super fast A half track, which was pretty well controlled by GiantDwarf throughout the entire match. Got a lot of value out of that, and that was good. But then GiantDwarf, I think he didn't take enough advantage of that window. After he killed both of the 222s, he should have been in a much better position and been able to convert that into a bit more map control than he had. But he was kind of just a little bit too content to just kind of sit back, camp 2 VPs and wait. Didn't play very expansively, and that allowed PGA to catch up and then eventually kind of overtake him with his superior KD. He's just got a huge bank of stuff happening, while occasionally GiantDwarf would just get like a tank or something get sniped off. Allow PGA to clamber his way up, and then in the late game, leverage that by just spamming medium tanks and overwhelming GiantDwarf when he was kind of struggling for munitions and couldn't afford any more P-47s. But yeah, I'm definitely surprised he didn't go for the machine gun upgrades on these. I think they would have helped, but all right. As I said, maybe it's like anti-P-47 tech, so they can disappear into the fog more easily without having to worry about anything. But yeah. GG. I will say that I think the Jackson control of GiantDwarf maybe let him down a little bit. Like a couple of times they got extended. Like maybe he gave a attack command or something, and then they drove forwards further than he intended to, and then they got caught out of position and killed. Could have been a little bit stronger in that regard. But I did like his ploy of leaving the ambo here to reinforce and heal through the trees. Seemed to work pretty well for him and avoided those Werfer barrages into his base. Well, anyway, guys, wrap on that. If you like or can be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.